Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by Decisionist Trees. They make the choices you can't. It is December 2020, and you are listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 1,
Episode 7.
In this game, we will be using the Wildsea world setting and system. It is still in Playtest C currently. I am Ian, playing the Firefly, and we have...
Austin, playing ZT Yaku, the Zealocray.
I'm Bev, playing Rook the Ardent.
I'm Dylan, playing Jason the Gal.
And I'm Jonathan, playing Gomez the Ectus.
Perfect. Okay, guys. We're going to start the session off with our standard little questionnaire thingy. So, this one is going to be a little bit different. Instead of asking you guys, what does blank make you think of? I'm going to ask you, what do people say when they get off of a ship? So, like, currently, when someone gets off a ship, they're like, oh, I'm glad to be back on dry land. But in the Wildsea, there kind of isn't that same thing. So what do people say when they get off a ship?
Glad to be free of the pod.
Finally, some level ground.
It's so still.
I got nothing to pass.
No, that's fair. That's fair. These aren't mandatory. These aren't... Wow, I spelt that word wrong. Oh my goodness. That was unsettlingly bad.
The listeners would never have known if you hadn't said anything.
I still don't know. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to spell the word finally, and I had way too many vowels and consonants in there. I'm not even going to try and, like... Oh man, you guys. I am worried for myself right now. That was... Oh bad.
Check your mire, Ian.
Yeah. I'm going to take a personal mire here. Oh, that was...
Bad at spelling.
Okay.
Hippo goat.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
That's a hippo.
That's a hippo goat.
Can't spell.
Okay. Good answers, everybody. And yeah, no, that was... I'm trying to think of different ones than just the same old kind of questions. So be ready for weirder questions like that from now on.
No.
Yes, just to torment you, Bev. Specifically you.
No. Why?
Okay, what did we do last session?
We found a box full of drugs. I mean, medical drugs, but they were drugs, probably. Among
I was like, you
gods.
can't just...
I don't know. We just said generic medical supplies. I mean, like, for all we know, it's just a bunch of loose syringes.
You can't just say that. I'm in America.
I mean, it's full of Benadryl.
We decided to deliver the said drugs.
/ other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys took a journey.
Yeah, we got on the seas and
We encountered the ghost of Parcels Past.
we did.
And we got attacked by house crabs.
Yep.
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 We found some
and
cool
pinwolves.
totems.
We
Definitely-
murked some pinwolves.
And
Definitely
some dead
not to be
trees.
confused with house hippos.
That's
House
true.
hippos are nice.
You gotta think about what you see on TV. You
Exactly.
really gotta think about it sometimes, even if it's as ridiculous as a house hippo. Anyway,
So,
And we built NOS for the bees.
yes, that was nice. I liked that. That was a lot of fun.
Naturally organic stuff.
Okay, so you guys had traveled 4 days in your journey, moving a total of 10 boxes in those 4 days. You know that you have somewhere between another 3 and 6 days left before the medicine is overdue, meaning you have another 8 to 20 boxes left of traveling to do. This coming section, I'm going to be asking you guys how many boxes you travel in a day, and then I'm going to be throwing stuff at you instead of doing a watch roll. So I'm going to kind of be trying to tip the system on its head a little bit in some ways and see how it goes. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you guys what this reach looks like, because you are now entering a new section of the Wildsea. So who wants to give me the fruit, veggie, or berry that is commonly found nearby?
A saw banana. A saw nana.
Sawnana.
It's got like 4 quarters, and on each of the quarters is like a saw blade that you can actually harvest to attach to weapons or the outside of your ship, depending on the size of the fruit, and they can grow up to like 6 feet tall.
So like the blade's made out of some kind of...
Organic metal obtained from the natural atmosphere of the Sezrine around it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And does it still have like a fruit to it too?
Yeah, the inside is just a large edible. Keeps for a long time. Sailors like to
Okay.
get... It's a risk-reward thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you made the fruit in this reach a like literal weapon, knowing going into this session that I'm going to be
How
throwing a lot of
dare you.
stuff at you.
From bananas! We're gonna go bananas!
I
like-
didn't think about that. It was just the first thing that popped into my head.
Alright, so I'm gonna say that the foliage is just a bunch of cotton candy! Those! So easy! Same with Marshmallow Man!
Risk reward?
Yeah.
I'll say that there's things called legumes, not to be confused with legumes. Legumes are horned, woolly animals that are just covered in legs. Something went very wrong with them some time ago, but just like modern day goats, they can just climb up sheer surfaces, but at any angle, because again, covered in legs. Think like the pit of hands from the labyrinth, but their legs and like on the outside.
Oh
It's-
no.
They probably give you quite a kick.
Plentyofeet.com.
Oh.
If you make them bad, all of their feet are the best feet, and they'll put them all forward.
Nice. What are the leaves in this area then? Or like trees and foliage?
I want to say tropical kind of a feel.
Tropical?
Like I
Okay.
just kind of picture like the kind of trees that just have those like big umbrella leaves. You know, like this is the kind of thing that, you know, like you would see Totoro making an umbrella out of, but like it would cover all the children kind of leaves.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
And then otherwise, yeah, like I just kind of picture like winding tropical trees with giant leaves on them. Because if
Ooh,
they're bananas,
I love it.
it's probably tropical.
Yeah.
Probably hitting a tropics zone.
Well, it makes
Nice.
sense because we can't be like quote unquote that far away from the rainbow tree biome, and that was remarkably verdant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what is a landmark nearby? Like what's this area known for kind of thing?
Well, it has an active volcano, of course.
How
Okay.
dare you!
If you want to talk about my choices,
Everything around us is made of wood.
I love it. That's
oh
that's
my god!
Why?
that ties in to some things that are happening later on anyway. So
Why?
But the surrounding isn't like burning constantly because there's like a wall of obsidian around the base of the volcano.
Well, no, it's an active volcano. That doesn't mean it's like erupting constantly. That just means there's lava in its crater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
called Caldera?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daragas' caldera.
I too saw that Magic School Bus episode.
Actually, I
The
was,
one where
I
the
was thinking,
gingers commit
Escape from
suicide
the
by
Blood
space?
Cube, but yes.
I'm just kind of imagining like the caldera is just this weird like crater of ash because stuff keeps trying to grow over it and it just keeps burning it away.
Oh, yeah.
But it's burning
Ooh,
so
yeah.
constantly that like any Krezerin that would like leak in is just already gone.
Just like this massive lake of ash always constantly bubbling because it keeps getting filled in and then the gases rise up through it.
And
Is
then when a
anybody,
heavy
like,
storm comes through, it just
Getting premonitions of like, did anybody else see Fantasia 2000?
no.
Yes.
Okay, person who said yes, because I'm not sure who did. That last sequence with the forest and the volcano.
Yeah, where it just like goes up and then it gets like blown away.
Yeah, but just kind of like how it was like a big crater at the beginning, and then it's like there comes a point where like the grass just does not grow anymore, like it can't, because it's so hot there. and dead, but then it's and that whole sequence does not go well for plant life, so I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
But check it out if you haven't seen it, because I like Fantasia. Okay, I like Fantasia.
It'll give us something to talk about.
Right, a point of connection.
We're gonna come back here.
Sorry.
It's okay. You guys find yourself looking around. You can start hearing like the pitter patter of rain start falling, and looking into the sky, you can see Ironjaw rays swimming through the air as a large storm is approaching you. We decided we're going to roll for captains this session.
Do we get a little montage sequence before we set off?
You know what? Yeah, I'll give you guys a little montage sequence before you set off. I think that's fair, because this is going to be intense.
Because we were in like a really peaceful area before we set off in the morning.
Yes, you were. So yeah, I'll give you guys a montage, a quick little single action sort of thing montage, and then we'll head out.
Do we have at this point any sense of just how bad of a storm? Like, is it just kind of like, oh, look, a storm, or is it a storm?
It's a storm. It's definitely, like, as I say, you guys, like the last storm you were in, you saw, I think I said 3 to 6 Ironjaw rays, and the storm was, it rained and there was a little bit of lightning. There's dozens and dozens of Ironjaw rays, and this is, you can see it. It's a wall of water coming down, and it's already like, that pitter patter is already around you. Like, it's already sprinkling a little bit of rain around you guys.
Okay. Montage-wise, I'm now going about... I'm basically checking the ship, especially the hull, for where our weakest points where water could come in. Prioritizing the bow and the I guess the top deck.
Okay. Make a... I'm going to call this a repair roll.
Okay.
A preemptive repair roll. So make a repair roll for me.
Now, I'm going to go with... I feel like sharps is probably going to be useful here.
Yeah, definitely.
And then also, am I going to get advantage because I'm good at this sort of thing?
So you've already said that you're going around the ship checking for any leaks and stuff like that. What are you doing if you find any kind of leaks? How are you patching them?
What does the ship even have that I can use for that?
We have a workshop.
You have a full workshop. You have things. Just describe it. Like, you don't need to... I'm not asking for you to, like, put an item into this or anything. Just narratively. If you want to put an item in, I'll give you the dice for sure. But
what do you think the likelihood that there's, like, spare scraps of canvas on this ship?
Not likely that there's a ton of extra canvas.
What will be similar?
A large rusted battery.
I've got something potentially if there's nothing similar to that, but if I've already got an available material, I want to use that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, like, I mean, you have extra supplies and stuff of different repair things, but nothing over the top extra that you're like, oh, this works perfectly here.
Okay. I find Zitzi and I ask him, how are you at silk?
It's a very good question. How does one answer that? Like, I've woven my own skin. I don't have, like, human skin, but, like, does that mean I can make silk?
Well, it doesn't need to be, like literal silk, but just, like, webbing. Like, sturdy webbing.
I'm great at it, gesturing at my massive plates of, like, iron and chitin covering my web-covered body.
Okay, I'm gonna need as much as you can give me before the storm hits.
I don't know how that works.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything in the book for that.
No, I got this. I got this. Yeah, either craft or gather.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll give you a roll with a advantage because it's literally something you can do as a spider.
Okay.
Yeah, so craft or gather.
Would instinct also do this?
Yes, definitely an instinct thing.
Okay, so instinct.
Naturally do it.
And I'll take my gather. and I get an advantage for me.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 1s.
3 1s. Excellent.
Oh, come on! Oh, this is going to be so painful.
Do you want to explain how you bungle this, Zeetzi, or?
Yes. I start, so I get her to hold her hands out in front of me. I then bring out an appendage. I dangle the fingers over her hand, and then proceed to like pulsate, and you see like this gathering, pulsating like thing coming down, and just like this blob of like white stuff just sits in your hand, and you get all excited for a moment, and then just it goes through, and I say, "Ooh, that came from the wrong gland. Sorry."
Is the twist that I just vomit right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're done repairing the ship, I think. You're gonna have some alone time.
I never got to roll on starting this though.
Oh,
need this!
I think it's more on me.
You can still roll to try and repair the ship, but I'm not going to give you an advantage dice.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
I just kind of mumble something about okay, keep working on that if you can. I'm gonna see what I can do, and I'm literally just like anything I can find, boards, sheet metal, anything that can try and hold stuff together. I'm nailing it in the weakest, prioritizing the weakest spots that are gonna get hit hardest by. All right, so here we go. Oh gosh, dice went everywhere. That's a 4.
A 4. Okay. You're able to, plug some holes and do a few things. I'm going to give you guys your next seals action. You'll get an advantage on. Yeah.
When just moving forward, when relevant, I might want another go at, did you make any of that stuff for me? Moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, just if it becomes relevant and it's not too like, I don't know, taking care of things because I need something.
I don't know if we're gonna have time this session unless Zeetzi wants to take an actual full action to do it.
Okay.
But because this section, as I say, is it's gonna be an intense, kind of fast-paced session.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. That's
right.
what I've planned for.
No worries.
Yeah. So, Gomez and Jisan, what are you two doing?
I grab the wheel. It's time to go. As soon as that rain starts hitting and I see all those iron jaw rays, like that's anybody would panic, right? Like
That's fair.
we got to get moving.
Okay, so you're going to prep. So I'm going to give you because you're taking an action to move forward, I'm going to say you moved one movement box already before we start the day kind of thing.
That's
be-
most valuable use of the time, yeah.
I am just seeing him just like jumping in the tiller. I'm scrambling around on deck to set up tie ropes and stuff, knowing that this is going to be a wild ride and everyone things may go awry. I also bring up some grappling hooks from the safety bay.
Yes. Yes, you do have. I know what you're talking
Survival
about. The survival station.
Yeah, I bring up like a cache of supplies and like secure them on deck so we can have access to at least one or two of each of them.
Perfect.
Not the rations, but the flares, the flags, the grapples, and the wraps.
Perfect. And Gomez, what are you up to?
Gomez is going to fix the broken compass so that it's just a compass.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, you have to use the fancy tag.
And then while everyone's kind of scrambling, he's going to be on the bridge and basically setting up like a gyro so that we'll have the compass as well as like a pitch and yaw to figure out like where we're oriented, because the storm's going to get real bad and we might not exactly be able to see our orientation.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to say that setting this up, you guys get actually, you know what? Let's see how you set it up. Do you want to do a craft roll for me on?
Yeah, I could do craft.
Yeah. Do you want to roll craft here? And you can get an advantage because you have the supplies to make this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'll maybe I have the compass.
Yeah.
Could I use lurid cartography as well for like a second aspect or advantage with my just ability to be able to like use charts and like understand them, so I can figure out what we would need for this device. Like I was like, all right, like this is what we need for this device to work. Going into it,
Yeah, sure. I'll give you the second advantage dice there. Sure.
okay, and then I will use sharps because I'm being a clever, spiny dude. Let's see
Perfect.
here. Dice rolls 5, 3, 4, 1. So a conflict.
Conflict. Okay. I'm going to say that this gets set up and you get only one advantage dice for your next ship roll. So any ship roll you do gets one advantage dice.
Okay.
You guys have been that's kind of you guys setting up and prepping for the future. Is giving you a future advantage dice. I'm going to see how well that works or if it seems broken. I don't know.
That's what this is for.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's everybody.
Yes. You guys see this wall of water starting to come towards you as the start of the day looms and Ironjaw rays. Wow, that word does not work well for me.
Just call them rays.
Yeah, the rays, as these rays swim through the air, fly through the air, swim through the rain. I like that. Yeah. As these rays swim through the rain, you start to move. And Jisun was quick to bat, so he's going to be they are going to be at the helm. And they've already started moving you guys towards your destination, as they know that the rains are going to harrow this journey. That's the word I'm looking for, I think.
Correct.
Yeah. As the rains are going to harrow this journey, Jisun's prepped and ready, and you guys are prepping the ship, and everyone's battening down the hatches and tying themselves off with rope. And the storm just hits you, and you can feel that wind and rain, and lightning's cracking overhead as these rays are just swimming and splashing, having a good time. They don't mind your ship too much. They're more of scavengers than anything, so they're not going to harass you, but they are around, so be aware.
I shout out, "Not again!"
What?
Excellent. Yes, Jisun, you are at the helm. How many boxes are you going to move today? You can move up to... you can move quite a lot of boxes in a day, but are you going to stop for the night, or are you going to move through the night? And if so, how many boxes are you moving?
Let's see. If we have 5 sections of time and a double move pace would be 2, then that would put us at 10 if we went hard all day. That's like our realistic physical limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside forces not accounted for there. So I'm going to say we should probably try for 6 boxes today.
6 boxes today.
I agree.
Okay. You're going in hard.
Yes.
I'm supporting him on deck.
Okay.
I'm gonna go make sure that we don't burn out bees.
I'm glad I don't really get wet.
6 boxes today. Excellent.
Gomez in the cabin.
Yeah.
Excellent. I like going in hard at the beginning. Let's do it. So, you throw this thing, and is that going through the night, or is that just going through the day?
I feel like we should just travel through the day. Traveling at night during a storm is just... And if we make ourselves exhausted, we're not going to be able to travel very fast.
Fair enough. Okay, perfect. So you just gun it, giving it literally everything this engine's got and more as you start going through the waves. You're going faster and faster and faster through these waves. And all of a sudden around you guys, you just hear, I can't even describe it. It's like a crackling, explosive sound, but it's also like tearing and like ripping and like rustling as trees and bushes and leaves and all sorts of things around you are just starting to grow at an astronomical rate. So things on the Wildsea, they normally grow, a foot a minute kind of thing to a point. And that's common. So the waves are always moving a little bit around you. Like it's a ocean of leaves, but they are always actually moving, and there is actually some movement when you go through them, almost like it's a sea, just based on how fast things move around you. And when it grows, it pushes and pulls your ship in directions. But right now, what's happening is because it's raining so hard, there's little pockets of cresin, which is that substance that helps things grow and mutate and change, that are found as things decay and die, or as old relics get brought up. They bring up these pockets of cresin that can be anything from like, you know, a, as big as a dice to as big as a car. And these pockets of cresin, when they get hit with a huge splash of water, they create this burst of life as things grow around them. So instead of the Wildsea in this area right now growing at a foot a minute or so, it's growing 10, 30 feet a minute. And it's causing the waves to actually move and grow and die back as other things pull them down and grow in their place. And this is a full-on storm as far as the water is concerned, as well as the rain.
Just roiling leaves like 10 feet high above our ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Leaf waves.
Yeah, and these are giant leaves, remember. You guys described them as. So these giant leaves are like rocking your boat back and forth, and they'd go above you and your boat gets a reprieve from the rain for a second, and then it's back into the rain getting hit, and it's very disorienting almost as the rain just like pours down on you, and then a tree sprouts up and is covering you for a minute, and then it pours back down on you, and it's almost worse because of that little reprieve, And yeah, so I'm going to get you to roll for a maneuver, like a tilt action, as you try and maneuver through these waves, Jisun.
Okay. What is our tilt? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
3.
3.
Okay. We're doing it.
Oh.
You do get plus 1 dice, just so you're aware, because your next ship action got plus 1 dice from
The gyroscope.
Gomez's
Nice.
thing.
All right, so I'm gonna just roll another 1d6 and add it in here. So
Yeah.
it is 2, 2, 4, 5.
Perfect. So that conflict with a twist. You guys can think of the twist for a second. So here's the conflict. The conflict is you're able to expertly go through these waves and not crash the ship. But if you want to continue at the speed you're going to have to take some damage. I'm not going to tell you how much damage it is, but the ship is going to take some damage if you continue at the speed. Otherwise, you're going to have to slow down and sacrifice 2 of the boxes you were going to move today.
Go hard. We'll
hard?
take the hit. Yeah, we'll take the hit.
I'm going to say, excellent. Your ship is going to take 2 points of damage. So I'm going to put that in your armor. Perfect. Your armor is you have 3 armor in your ship. It's now taken 2 points of damage. But you haven't sacrificed any of your movement.
Very nice.
And the twist. Because I'm on deck, could the twist be at like the highest point of the waves when we're cresting? I can kind of see the direction we need to go for easier bearings.
Sure. As the wave crests, or as the ship crests one of these waves, of leaves and trees and branches and terrifying saw bananas, because only a monster would think of that.
I feel attacked.
So do the rest of us. About bananas.
As the ship crests one of these waves, you can see clearly the direction you need to go, and you're able to relay that to Jisun so that he's able to maintain course, and I'm not going to get him to roll a second roll.
Nifty. And I have signaling.
You do.
So I can do nonverbal.
Yeah. Now, can Jisun understand you? He cannot, but he can get the gist of it. I'll say that. That's fine.
I feel like waving a brightly colored flag at a direction is a general indication of go that way.
I mean, generally, yeah. Yeah.
Give us a few miles.
Think about that, actually.
Sorry, go ahead, Gomez.
Give us a few milestones. We'll all pick up signaling.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I'm not going to get Jisun to roll a second time for maneuvering, but I am going to get a roll from someone who's not steering the ship. So any of you three, or actually I'll get Bev or Brooke or Gomez can roll for it to roll seals as the waves and rain and all sorts of things start attacking this ship.
Yeah. Sorry, what's is that going to be repair or
No, you just roll the ship seals. So that's 2.
That's 2?
Yeah, it's 2 dice, but you do get an advantage dice for your next seals roll because of what you did earlier. Okay. So that'll be 3 dice for seals.
Do any of my edges, are they going to...
No, you don't use your edges when rolling ship stuff.
Okay. That's a 5.
Perfect. No twist?
No twist.
No twist. Okay. So that's just a conflict then. The conflict again here is you're going to take some damage.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how much, but you can either take damage to your seals or you can choose to take damage to yourself instead.
Oh, myself.
Yourself? Okay. Easy. Perfect.
I'm crazy that way.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Right?
You're going to take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you have to put it all has to go into one thing before it spills over into another thing. Is how damage works. So and if something gets covered, it means you can't use that ability until it's healed.
Okay. So never having done this before, what am I doing?
You're going to mark off 4 boxes. I would mark off Skybridge Step as you have 5 boxes in it, which means you still can keep Skybridge Step.
Yeah.
And
everything else would get smushed.
Yeah. I think that's your best bet, looking at your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take 4 points of damage as you're dangling off the side of this ship, trying to patch things up as it's flying through the waves here.
Right.
And just branches and saw bananas are mauling you to pieces. Yeah, it's getting hard out there. It's not going to be an easy day.
No, I'm getting that.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So, you guys are rolling along these waves, going as fast as you can, and just as dusk starts to settle in, Rook, your goggles, you have your ferrosight goggles, right?
Yeah, and I'm probably wearing them just to try and wick water away.
Yep, that makes sense. You're able to see, you remember that really cool, interesting magnetic pattern that you saw last session
on the ship?
From that ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that pattern again, just a little ways as you're kind of coming towards, as you're going along. They seem to be docked for the night as well. It doesn't look like they're moving, per se.
Are they ahead of us, or are they behind us, or?
A little bit ahead of you. As I say, it's
How?
starting to be dusk, which is when you guys wanted to be docking anyway.
Okay.
So you can choose to dock with them kind of thing or away from them.
Okay, so I'm going up to the rest of the crew and I kind of like, hey guys, and I tell them that this is what I'm seeing, and I'm like, so just because we're in a lot of urgency right now, do we think that there's any chance that they would help us?
Well, I don't really know if we need any help. Jeez, Rook, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm like staring at him, like probably like bleeding out on one arm, you know, like everything is a mess, just kind of like bruised on my face, like soaking wet, just like you serious? You serious right now?
No, that was a joke. I'm concerned about you.
I just look at him like really confused, and then I'm like, okay, whatever.
I look over at G-san. How hard do you think you embarrassed him? Do you think it'll be worth trying to talk to him?
I'd rather die than go over there. To be fair,
I mean, you might die either way. I know I'm feeling it right now.
on a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to 0.
So I'm talking about like the next day.
Yeah, we can go ask.
Cool. Tsitsi, go signal people.
Okay.
Are we sure about that? Like, they might try to rob us. We don't know these people.
Yeah, like they shot at us. Like I don't really want to like hang out with them.
Yeah, I almost think that we should like change our plans and like see if we can't sneak past them in the night.
Okay, cool. I don't know. It's not my call. I'm just telling you guys what I saw, and ow.
Because like, also, how did they get ahead of us? They are so fast.
It's a really pretty ship. Not important.
You know what? Think of it this way: if they're enemies and they come at us eventually, maybe we can just take the ship from them. But at this point, they're scary.
We have 3 ships.
Looking at this ship as you guys are getting a little closer, you can see with your goggles, Rook, that the magnetic engines and magnetic kind of energy that flows around this ship and the electrical fields, they don't seem to be quite the same as last time. Like, it's definitely the same ship. Roll scrutinize for me.
Am I using any of my edges for that, or just scrutinize?
Yeah, you can use your edge.
Cool.
You can use sharps or sharps or tides probably.
Any advantage?
No advantage, just a straight roll. 3 dice.
That's a 5.
5? Yeah. So you notice there's something weird about the current fields, like electrical and magnetical fields. I'm not going to tell you whether it's weird good or weird bad, but there's definitely something different about the current magnetic fields and electrical fields.
I'm like talking to the other guys. I'm like, are you sure there's no chance? What about the scout bird thingy you have? The creepy, terrifying mushroom bird. Can we get a closer look? Because I don't know. I feel like I want to know what's going on with them before we just pass them by. I feel like we're too hurting to just ignore it.
I don't want to like burst your bubble, but like, what's going on? What are you seeing? What's got you so curious?
The ship's energy is just weird. And also, it's a very nice ship, and we're very screwed here.
Are we?
Again, I look at him, and I just point at the bruises and the blood.
No, I get it. You're hurt, but like, we've been through worse.
Pointing at the bruises and the blood, and with an eyebrow that says, "Really?"
I think you're showing frustration at me with your facial features.
Yeah.
And I understand that you're stressed out. But like, maybe get a good night's sleep and then we can try again tomorrow and just hope we can get where we need to go.
Are you aware of the fact that we're all ankle deep in water right now?
No, I had no idea. My roots have no sensation in them.
We're all ankle deep in water right now. The ship it's gonna fall apart soon. I'm gonna fall apart soon. And if we both fall apart, you guys fall apart.
Sounds like someone's hangry.
Yeah.
I just kind of like shoot him a look, but it also kind of says, "Why? Do you have food?"
Yeah, like Gomez is like, oh yeah, what's for dinner?
Well, we still have to figure out what we're doing for docking.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, are we gonna go over to the other ship, guys?
Or we send a scout.
It's way too windy. There's no way I can send a bird out. Bring up a white
Yeah.
handkerchief as it just disappears from sight a moment later.
Oh, it's too bad. That was a good handkerchief.
Oh man. Okay, so if nobody's gonna stop me, I'm gonna wheel our ship in next to theirs because I have the climbing suspicion that they're probably in trouble. And this might be an excellent opportunity to humiliate Portobello further and get another one up on him.
Excellent.
Oh, that's it's the best reason for helping someone. Petty reasons.
Try not to say Portobello's name around Gomez because I'm kind of loving the idea that Gomez currently has no idea who Portobello is or why they would be mad at us.
Okay.
And I want that to be a joke going forward. Like I want them to like have lunch together at some point and be like, "Oh, this guy's great. Hey, you should meet my friends."
Play the completely oblivious angle, but we're like mortal enemies.
Yes.
Turns out Portobello's like the business partner of the caterpillar guy.
Oh my god, he's so good.
Oh,
I
guys,
cannot guess it.
you're spoiling things you don't even know.
No, we're just giving our Firefly stuff.
Inspiration.
It's a group effort to make a vibrant and living game world.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
You pull the ship right up against Portobello's ship. As you notice, what size of ship is your ship?
Medium, I think.
It is
You're
just
a
standard.
normal? You're a standard? Okay, what size of ship? They are a standard as well. It's a little bit bigger than your guys' ship, though. Just a little bit. Just enough that you notice it.
It's got a lot of accoutrement.
It's just a little
Is
bit
it-
bigger, flaccid is all.
Yeah.
Is it
it's
bigger?
It's got all the ship upgrades, right? Because there's all those all new like after ship stuff, right? So it's just
I know
gutted
that
out.
this world, all the ships are basically wood, but I'm just picturing chrome here.
Oh yeah, no, it is solid metal. This ship is definitely not. It is a solid welded metal, like nice looking ship with huge it looks like jet engines on the back.
Impellers.
This thing. Okay, ships move through the waves through like chainsaws pulling them forward, or like grappling hooks pulling them forwards, or like crazy mechanical arms like crawling around. This thing moves through the water based on the fact that its hull, is solid metal and like sharpened and cleaned, and then it has just giant engines on the back that push it.
Pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like an SR-71, but a ship.
Yes.
Smooth,
I'll
sleek, made of metal
totally
with two giant engines on the back.
Understand?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you guys pull in beside it as a large kind of metal. I don't know if any of you have seen one of these before. You might have in passing on the Wildsea, but these are a very uncommon type of thing. So this large kind of amalgamation of scrap metal and wood and wires and all sorts of things is standing on one area of the ship, like as you guys pull in close, and it has a signaling flag up for help and a signaling flag up for boarding. It is a good 15 feet tall.
When you say a signaling flag for boarding, you mean like we can board them?
Yes.
Okay.
So like signaling like help us and like, please board the ship. And so like they have like like one of those little boarding bridges kind of ready to go to drop as you guys pull in close. So you
All
can
right.
come over to their ship.
That's a good sign.
Oh, is this... Looking at this thing, I don't think it's that
It's
thing.
an
I think...
ironbound.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be a rope golem.
No,
Cool.
no, it's an ironbound. It's a 15-foot tall ironbound. It's covered in it's like a mechanical humanoid, but it's all scrap metal held together by like spectral essence and stuff. Because it's actually an anchored ironbound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gomez will offer to be the first one to, like, cross the bridge. The vanguard, if you will.
That's good, because I wasn't going first.
Me either.
Yeah.
When you cross the bridge and staring up at this thing, you can't see spirits or anything, can you?
Oh, no.
Gomez, I'm going to get you to mark a mire, as this thing's 15 feet tall and doesn't appear to you, it does not appear to be held together by anything other than just some sort of who knows what, but it's just scrap metal morphed into the like form of a man. And now that you're standing right in front of it, it has a huge cannon for an arm, like a ship's literal cannon for an arm. And this thing's terrifying. It is not human. It is not natural. It is horrific. So I'm going to get you to mark a mire for that one, please.
Could I roll brace, maybe?
Uh,
I'll take the mire either way.
I'm just going to give you the mire if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Do you mind if I just roll brace to see how well he takes it in spite of the mire?
that's fair. Yeah. Like the mire doesn't mean necessarily like right away that you're like you wet yourself, but it means like the world has overwhelmed you for a second. That's kind of how mires are.
Yeah. All right. I got a conflict with a twist. We don't really need to like do stuff with that roll. I'm mostly just seeing if I like rolled really poorly, and he was like, "Oh no!"
Okay, that's fair.
And
I get it.
actually said
Personal roll.
something crazy.
Jinkies.
Yeah. Like, what's with this bucket of bolts?
Yeah,
He
no.
does not say that.
As you walk onto the deck, this thing looks at you and he goes, "Greetings."
Yeah, great to see you. We saw the flags asking for help. What's going on?
I am having some engine trouble.
Well, those are quite some engines back there. Have you tried legs? Oh boy. And I'll like kind of turn around and I'll give the crew the we're not immediately being assaulted as we get on the deck.
Signal.
It's not using signaling. It's mostly just like a wave. He says, "Well, lucky for you, we've got some. Yeah, lead the way."
Yeah, are the rest of you coming on board?
I'm gonna hide in the galley.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let me go. Let me head on back and let my crew know what's up, and then yeah, I'll be right back. And he'll go back and be like, "Hey, Rook, they're having engine troubles. They need help with their engines. You know those really cool engines you were really curious about?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm worried about our ship's hull. I think I just really we just mostly need supplies. Also, I've got a lot of blood loss.
You're still kicking.
Fine.
Okay. Yep. Yes. Let's go over there. Yeah.
I will stand guard on deck
Okay.
while Gomez and Rook go deal with the creepy walking scrap pile.
Speaking of which, Scraps is staying with you on deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have Scraps and Zitzi on deck with Jisun in the galley. And then
Stress cooking.
we have Rook and Gomez on going onto the Portobello's ship. Gomez still does not know who Portobello is.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna do Rook and Gomez first, and then I'll come back and do Zitzi and Jisun in a minute, I think. Is that okay? Or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, so Rook and Gomez. Rook, as you get on this ship, you not only have your goggles on that allow you to see electric energy and magnetism and that kind of stuff, but you also have the innate ability to see ghosts or spirits. Getting on this ship, you realize that this ship is a spirit. And that not only that, but this ship and that giant 15-foot monstrosity is the same spirit. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to need to mark a mire here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this ship and that Ironbound are the same person. They are one and the same. It's just the Ironbound basically animates a part of itself to control the humanoid form while also being the ship. So you're literally watching. Not only is there weird, magnet energies and like forces around this Ironbound and the ship itself, but there's this terrifying split of soul and essence as this dead or undead or spirit of sorts is ripped into pieces all around this ship and inside this Ironbound body.
Okay. So she walks into the ship like you just walked into ice cold water. Like it's both simultaneously fascinating but really upsetting to just kind of be in the atmosphere. So yeah, I think I'm just kind of in like a stunned silence.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this Ironbound is going to take you down into both of you into the engine room. And in there's going to be a Creta. So Creta they're kind of slug-like kind of people. They have a little bit more soft, squishy bodies, and they have like tentacles and things coming off of them. This one's it has very few tentacles, and it's very sharp, like teeth and claws coming out from a single circular mouth on it. It has no eyes or anything, but it definitely has this very circular, defined, sharp-teethed mouth. It's very clearly a leech that has taken some kind of human form.
Okay.
It's in the engine room as well, and it turns to the Ironbound that has walked in and goes, "Wrench, good to see you. People, more people. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sanganese, and this is Wrench. I assume you're here to help us with our engine troubles."
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Although there's a part of me that kind of feels like kind of hoping for a bit of a quid pro quo here. Our hull is just wrecked. I'm also a little bit wrecked. So we could use some help too, but I can tinker. I can help with what's going on down here.
Oh my goodness, you are injured. Let me and he comes, or they come over to you and start like looking at you and poking you and like just looking you over. And if you're gonna let them, they're gonna like grab you and start bandaging you and like putting ointments on you and stuff.
How aggressively of a grab are we talking here?
Oh, they're just like picking you up and moving you.
I'm not cool with this. I'm not comfortable with this. I start immediately squirming and flailing and just kind of like, Gomez, help!
Gomez is also not okay with this. Gomez is like, "Hey, back off, slug man."
Sanguinese is gonna move back a little bit. Sorry. I'm used to like when people need help. They need help then, and especially Ardents are so frail. They just
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they're not the only ones, he says, threateningly, but also with a 15-foot tall dude behind him.
I
Yes,
just
yes.
He gives the 15-foot tall dude like an "Am I right?" look.
Sorry. That is my fault. You're please allow me to help you with your injuries. I am the doctor on board here. I am a medic. I kind of starts to try and gently or guide you to sit down so he can start bandaging you and putting ointments and creams and all that.
I'm like very like, watching him and skeptical, but I also realize I'm in no position to really deny medical attention, however creepy. So I just kind of like give him a like, okay, yep, and sit down and I kind of make that face like when you're about to get a shot of just like clenched jaw, look ahead.
Before he starts bandaging you and whatnot, he'll wash his hands. Like he actually is very cleanly.
Does he
and then
have
he puts
hands?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he's humanoid. They're like tentacly kind of hands, but they are hands. Yeah, he'll wash them, clean himself up, put on like a smock, like a not a surgical gown, but close. And then he also puts on this long, a plague doctor mask, like one of those long bird nose masks. Yeah, he has one of those, and he puts it on over his like terrifying, like toothed circle mouth, and then he starts working on you.
Yay. Okay. Does that affect my the
No, you can still interact with.
No, I mean like the
helping
points on Skybridge. Is that going to do anything to them or the
the
injury?
points on what? Sorry.
My injury point?
Oh
track?
yes. He's gonna heal 1 point of injury.
Okay.
So, yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So as he's
You
doing
guys-
this, I'm just generally asking him like, so what's going on with your ship?
He kind of looks at you. I don't fully know, but I'm trying to help Wrench as best I can. And Wrench kind of turns. I am not feeling well. It is the electrical currents in the air. They do not sit well with me. Our lightning rod has come down, and I cannot concentrate and focus. It is tricky to move in such a large body.
Okay. Yeah, that is something I can probably fix. Curious, do you guys have anything that can help out with holes? Reinforcing, fixing, waterproofing, anything.
Yes, we have a good deal of supplies here. If you can help us, I'm sure our captain would be willing to help you.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yep, good deal. Okay. Okay, Gomez, I'm gonna work on their ship. If you can wrangle people to start patching the hull, that would be good.
Yeah, I'll get on that. Just give you a holler if you need any help.
Oh, we are going to need all hands helping here for a little while. We will patch up your ship after.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm in no position to bargain. I'm also just kind of exhausted, and it's kind of just like one task at a time.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Gomez is like, yeah, but then he's still gonna go and
He's
look into that.
still going to leave?
I mean, we're repairing a lightning rod. It doesn't seem like a.
Wait, did he go repair the lightning rod?
Wait, where did...
What are we looking at here?
So what he needs help. He's going to start showing you there's a ton of wires going through, and he needs a bunch of wires reconnected. He needs the lightning rod propped back up and like secured in place. And then there's parts of the ship that have been hit with lightning and other things. And so like he needs, like, there's all these, as you're closer and on the ship, you notice there's like magnets all over it, like large, like dinner plate size magnets, and he needs those like pulled off the ship and like put into different areas because they're supposed to be like levitating around the ship, but because it's all electrically charged and magnetized, they're all sticking to the ship right now.
Okay. So,
he needs
looking
lots
at
of
all-
hands.
looking at what all needs to be done, Gomez will look back at Rook and be like, "Hey, you look like you're pretty tired. Here, I picked this back in Junktown. Junktown's the name, right? Yeah,
Yep.
I picked this up back in Junktown. It's a pretty good little pick me up. Nothing boozy. Just something to chase away the rain." And he offers a pouch of rainwater punch to Rook.
I kind of like take it, and I'm like, "Did Jisun have anything to do with this?"
No.
Okay, I take it.
And
Little did she
Shot
know.
fired.
No.
You're gonna drink it?
Yeah.
Okay, you drink the rainwater punch, and yes,
So excited.
Rook drinks this rainwater punch, and Rook, all of a sudden your body starts to tingle.
Ooh.
And it feels, again, it's that feeling of like you've been sitting in a hot tub all day relaxing, and then you jump out of the hot tub into snow, and then back into the hot tub.
Mm.
It's that like full electric, like every hair on your body stands on end, and you can feel every nerve and every part of you coming alive, sort of thing.
Okay.
And I'll give you the choice. You can heal literally everything on your sheet. Your mires, your wounds, everything. Or for the rest of the session, you can choose to be immune to one type of damage.
What are the different types of damages again?
The different types of damage are on your sheet.
It's a trick question. Be resistant to banana damage.
It's true.
Blunt, keen, spike, hewing, serrated, toxic, acid, blast, volt, frost, salt, or flame.
I think I'm just gonna go with the heal for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Using your legendary item just to heal. Okay, cool.
Wait, what? Oh, I don't know. It's a
No, I'm
rainstorm.
teasing.
If it's a soaking wet thing I can be immune to.
Just heal.
Don't shame me for my choices.
I'm kidding. It's
You
fine.
are
It's not
kidding.
a bad
This
choice.
is why you always appraise before you use the potion.
I
No,
praise
no.
nothing.
Yeah, no, you fully, like, you drink this, and within seconds of drinking this, as I say, your whole body feels electric, and you're able to, like, just brush off the bandages, and there's not a single wound on you. Not a lick of, like, scratch, blood, nothing. And the doctor, like, turns to you, Gomez, and he's like, what was that?
Hey, you worry about your problems, I'll worry about mine. Let's get to work.
And
He's gonna just go get to work.
the doctor's just gonna start, like, I'm marking 2 points of mire on that doctor.
So much shade, it shattered his confidence.
You are unnecessary. You have been replaced by juice.
Yeah.
Did I just get replaced by socialism?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it covered?
And
Yeah,
we're
I go
going
to work.
Yeah, you guys go to work, and we're gonna pivot to Jisun in the galley.
Okay. I am taking I have 2 specimens of mixed nuts, so I assume that's a lot of different varieties of nuts, and I'm gonna make roasted nuts. Spiced nuts.
Yes. Okay, roll me a cooking roll here.
Okay. Let's just see. I am going to use my tides as my edge, 3 for cooking, and an advantage dice for being in the galley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right. So 1, 2, 6, 6, 6.
Oh no.
Excellent. Okay, perfect with a twist. So you can put down large large roasted nuts as a new specimen, and your twist, you can say it either feeds everyone in the group, or I'll give it an extra box when you eat it.
It's definitely going to be for everyone.
Okay,
Hooray.
perfect. So you can just kind of put
me.
feeds everybody beside it.
Except for Rook. Why?
Wait, do I not get nuts?
I think you said except for me.
No, Cremini. Did I screw up the
Ah.
mushroom names? I can never keep track.
Oh, you mean Portobello?
I meant
No,
Portobello.
I'm definitely going to make sure he eats my nuts.
Excellent.
Sorry, what this podcast is rated.
Oh man, dude, it's rated E for everyone, like Jisun's hands.
No. Yes, Jisun, as you're roasting your nuts over an open flame.
I'm sorry, I broke everyone.
Oh god,
Excellent.
it's Christmas.
You're a mushroom.
As you perfectly season your nuts, you're gonna all of a sudden you hear a soft sound coming from one of the tables in the eating area of the galley. Because I take it your galley kind of has the kitchen, and then it has like 2 or 3 kind of small tables that you guys sit around when you're eating.
Yeah.
And Jisun, you can hear this. It's a little lute, like just kind of strumming there, playing a very soft, subtle melody.
I'm going to grab a kitchen knife and throw it without even looking. I know it's him.
Yes, you hear a thwap as the kitchen knife like hits into somewhere on the floor, as you're not even looking, just throwing it back there, and you hear a chuckle, and this small mushroom walks into your kitchen playing his lute, going, "Hello, Jisun.
Hello, Portobello.
Fancy seeing you around here."
Yeah, this is our boat.
kind of looks at you for a second.
Newman.
Just two expressionless, featureless mushrooms, like having a staring contest.
Yes,
Speaking
yes.
in neutral monotones.
Oh man, if you could sense their pheromones, they're just ripping into each other.
Yeah. It's
I don't want to
two
hear about
completely
pheromones
expressionless
ripping.
mushrooms. And he kind of looks. He goes, "It is your boat, isn't it? What a nice boat, too. It's too bad it's smaller than my boat."
Yes, it is a shame. Unfortunately, it's not really the size of the boat.
He kind of looks
It's
up
what
at
you do with it.
He looks up at you and he goes, "Being so tall, you should know about that, shouldn't you? If you cut yourself in half, you could maybe grow back to a more reasonable size."
I'm going to stare him down for a very long moment, and then I'm going to reach into my sack, and I'm going to procure a handful of my freshly cooked nuts and hold them out to him and be like, "Would you like to snack on my nuts?"
He'll take your handful of nuts and he'll just start snacking on them. He's like, "Of course, I always like some salted nuts."
Since they're fungi, I demand that neither of them get the joke in character.
Oh yeah, no, Portobello definitely doesn't think anything's wrong with this.
I'm so sad I'm not there. I want to contribute.
I know. It hurts.
I walk.
I mean, come on. There's
Walk
a
into
broken
the-
joke
No,
about the
no,
ship
no.
vibrating.
Zitzi, you're elsewhere. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep you out of this scene for
All right.
right now. You're elsewhere. Trust me, I got something fun coming your way too. Don't worry.
What's fun is puns.
Portobello looks at you snacking on these roasted nuts. He goes, Well, while the others are working, why don't we entertain ourselves? And he starts like playing a little tune.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go grab my lute out of its case. We are having a guitar battle.
Excellent. You guys have a full-on like jam session, guitar battle, and like cook some snacks together, whole 9 yards. You have a like moment.
I'm just picturing. Have you guys seen that episode of Reboot where it's Enzo's birthday? Is that too an
Yeah.
obscure reference for people?
I've seen them all, but man, it's been a long time.
You know, at the end of Enzo's birthday when they're putting on the show, and then Megabyte shows up with a guitar.
Yes,
That's just what I'm picturing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so basically we're having a nice bonding moment, except that both of us hate the fact that we're having a bonding moment, and even though it's totally great, like neither of us will admit that it's actually like anything but us competing with each other.
Oh, 10 out of 10. This is like you guys are playing instruments back and forth like in a full-on like music battle. Like he'll play something and then you'll play something faster and he'll play something more intricate and then you'll play something more creative and then he'll play something like on a different instrument so you'll switch to a different instrument and then he'll like start dancing so you'll start juggling and it's a full-on battle. And we're going to pivot to Zeetsy up on deck as this is going on underneath his feet unbeknownst. So, Zeetsy, you are on deck as the pouring rain all around you, and you see a shape kind of stumble. And I mean stumble. Like they are not coordinated at all. They're tripping over their own feet. They barely make it across the gangway. They like at one point they like almost fall over the little gangway and like have to pull themselves back up and they stumble and they get onto your side of the ship or your ship. And they're like, "Hello."
Hi. Kind of look past him, look over. Where did you come from?
It's an ardent, by the way. Getting up closer, you can see it's an ardent. I'm one of the crew on the other ship here.
Why, where's the rest of them?
I don't know where the captain went, and the other two are working on repairing the ship. But they told me I'm too useless, so they told me to leave for right now. I don't know. Those guys are always trying to give me a hard time.
I can understand being shunned. You look tired. Here, there's some rations over here. You can sit out of the rain.
He just sits down and starts snacking on the rations immediately. He's like, "Oh, thanks. That's very kind of you. You seem like a decent fellow."
I kind of chuckle and think, you'd be surprised how much I don't get that.
"Oh, really? Oh, you seem very friendly to me. Everyone's always like teasing me and laughing at me, but that's okay. I don't mind. Someone's got to do it, right?" As he's just munching.
Sure. What's your name?
Oh, I think they're calling me or Larry. Larry? Yeah, I think they call me Larry currently.
What do you do on the ship?
Well, I signed on to be their gunslinger and just, help defend the ship. But nobody ever takes me seriously enough to let me do anything, so I normally end up doing paperwork. I didn't even know ships had paperwork, but I got it done, and I'm good at it.
Well, that sounds being useful. What did you do before this?
Oh, the usual. Hunted leviathans and dived into the roots.
That sounds pretty impressive for someone who seems to bungle.
Oh, well, everybody gets by.
How do you get on with the small mushroom fellow?
Oh, Portobello, Captain? He's great. Yeah, he's always so nice, just singing and dancing.
Did you see anything crazy in the storm?
Nothing too unusual. Looks up as there's like literal iron jaw rays flying around and things. He's just kind of looking. And he's like, yeah, nope, seems like a normal storm.
Well, if you're a gunslinger, where's your weapon?
He pulls out a revolver from his side.
Oh. Well, if you've hunted leviathans, you must have heard of a trapjaw angler. A wolf-jaw angler. Wolf-trap angler. God, I'm like Ian.
Oh. He looks at you. Yeah, I've heard of a wolf trap angler before. I hunted one a while back. Didn't end up getting it, but chased it for a while.
Have you seen any signs of one in the area?
Yes, actually, now that you mention it. And he pulls out like a little journal and he starts flipping through it. Yes, just a little while ago I saw one, or I saw what I assume was one, as I've never seen one of those type of trees in this area before, but it seemed to be hunting.
Did you happen to see where it went?
Yes, I believe it was still, it was sitting still, obviously, as it was, hunting, but when we passed by that area a little bit later, it was gone, and one of the passing ships said they noticed movement under them going north. Yes, north it was. And he kind of points out north from kind of like this point. So it's a little tangential to where you are, but still heading in the direction you guys have been heading.
Thank you so much. I'm currently chasing one down.
Oh, fun. That's nice. Is it your first Leviathan?
I think so, but every now and then I think I see something in the distance, but it's been forever. People just say I'm paranoid.
That's okay. Yeah. People can be hurtful sometimes,
Oh, I know. Like, pat him on the back with an appendage.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at... He's still snacking, by the way. Like, he's literally eaten all your snacks you've had there so far.
Oh, what? No.
He just keeps
jeez.
snacking. He's like... And looking closer, yeah, he's a little bit rounder than most Ardents you've ever seen.
I think that's enough snacks. You don't want to get... you don't want to go swimming an hour after eating.
Oh. What's swimming?
Get knocked around in the waves.
Ah, yes, that's true. He'll kind of give you the snack, like he'll take a big handful and then give you the snack bag back.
Look at it. Look at him. Look at it. Kind of chitter a bit and put it back in the box.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say you guys have finished repairing their ship.
Cool.
And they have helped repair your ship a little ways.
Did they give us any raw materials to work with so I can continue to?
No, they've just helped. They're gonna heal 1 point of damage on your ship.
Okay.
And that's gonna be their contribution towards helping. And you have helped their ship. They're as they're gonna start coming up on deck. Portobello and Gison are still down in the galley, doing their thing. Brooke and Gomez are going to come up on deck along with Wrench and Senganese. I made his name terrible. I can't even pronounce his name. Anyways, and
oh no,
the four of them are going to come up on deck, and as they come up, they're going to look over and see this Ardent with Gomez, or not with Gomez, sorry, with Zitzi, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, Larry, get back over here! What are you doing? You stop being useless and help!" And he's gonna kind of stand up and start walking over there, and he's gonna slip in a puddle, and they're gonna laugh, and he's gonna kind of get back up and
I give him the facsimile of a thumbs up, and I shout at him, "You don't have to believe what they say, Larry. You killed Leviathans. That's better than anyone else can say."
You just hear the others laughing. Larry killing a Leviathan. That'll be the day. That'll be the day.
Gomez is like, "Oh, that's cool." Doesn't ask for details. It's just, oh, cool.
Start waving a red angry flag at his compatriots.
Yeah, no, they
A bunch of jerks.
all get back on the ship, and Jisun, you turn around to go grab something in the kitchen, and when you turn back, Portobello's gone.
This is surprising, but also unsurprising, I guess. Quick question, and an important one. Who
Yes.
won?
Oh, yes. Excellent question. Roll 3d6 and tell me the result.
All right.
Like the total.
I almost want you to set the result just to Ian, so we don't know who won. Only you two know.
A 1, a 3, and a 1.
A 5?
Total of 5, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna tell you guys out loud. I'll mark down who won, and I'll tell Jisun later who won.
Okay.
So Jisun can say however he wants it to say, but yeah, it definitely, you won't know. In fact, Jisun won't even know until the end of session whether he won or not. But
I mean, Jisun can say that he won.
oh yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Jisun can
I
say
know.
whether he won or lost if he wants to, and he won't
It's so
know whether he's lying or not till the end of session.
Love it.
I'm going to say, because in character, it's not going to hit him how the results went until later, because he'll find a little note, and the note will just be like, at the end of session, Jisun will find a little note on his pillow, and it'll either say, you won or you lost. And that's how Jisun will know if he won or not. Portobello will have left him a little note. Sound fair?
That sounds exactly dickish enough for that.
He'll leave his autograph.
That mushroom head. Yeah, right? Now that he's officially famous.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how steely are we as a crew?
Steely?
Yeah, like in our past, before we found this ship, how steely are we? Like, how if say Gomez got caught stealing and things broke bad and we had to make a big escape, would you all be like, "Ah, darn, you got caught," or would you be like, "Gomez, why would you steal?"
Yeah, I find stealing super distasteful unless it's like you're starving to death and you steal food, because that's like its own thing. But any
Okay,
other
that's
stealing outside of that, I'm not down with.
I feel like I'm an empathetic pragmatist.
I'm generally a good person.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, it also depends who you're stealing from. Like, if
What
it's
did
Portobello's
you
loot, who gives a shit?
do?
Yeah, so like Gomez doesn't know that they're, that these are our rivals yet, so he won't steal yet. I'm just sitting on 2 stealth and veils, so I'm like, I could get kind of steely over here.
Okay, that's fair.
But
Good
I won't.
questions to ask. Yeah.
How evil are we?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how piratey are we, guys?
Once their ship gets started, they're gonna just rocket away from you guys into the night. Their ship is bombed.
I just feel like we just watched like the ship just like take off like a rocket, and everybody's just kind of stunned, and I just shrug, and I'm like, I'm good at my job. Okay.
It just crashes elsewhere, and you're like, I'm also good enough to go collect our just rewards.
No, I take pride in my work.
And you guys rest for the night?
I'm actually wanting to suggest that we go through the night, because we lost a lot of time making repairs.
Did we?
I feel like we did.
But we were
didn't-
planning on stopping for the night anyways.
You technically lost part of the night's sleep doing repairs, is what you lost.
I still feel like we should go through the night, and I feel like we can, because I feel like we're in good shape, and I might have something up my sleeve.
Okay.
If we,
All right. Rook just drank the water. She's ready to go.
it's true. I could be jazzed on
Rook.
juice, but either way.
If she's willing to, like, pilot,
Yeah, Rook, if you're willing to pilot, you can go through the night.
I'll stay up
um,
for a shift and let the other 2 Gomez and Jisun get some sleep so they don't get the tired.
Okay.
Yeah,
So for
and we can cover
for
for you tomorrow.
for my piloting shift, I'm gonna whisper. Am I allowed?
Yes. Okay. So we have Gomez and Jisun taking a nap, like taking a rest. Is that right, you two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Zitzi. Zitzi, you are going to get the tag tired.
Question.
Yep.
Looking at my sheet again, I still have one block left on the smoothie.
Do you?
I do, because I've only used it once to eat. The last time. In episode
Okay.
3.
Okay. So then you have you can mark that box to not get tired.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll use that up. And then perfect. So you use that, and you're on watch, and Rook, you're driving.
Okay. I'm going to basically go as quickly as we can without completely tearing ourselves apart because I'm going to whisper a calm night.
Ooh.
Oh, that's clever.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Can I
Oh yeah. Have you seen
use
my
a whisper
whisper?
as well?
I'm
Yes.
so quiet.
This is a separate action from hers.
Okay.
Okay, first, I'm going to say, Rook,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll for this whisper
Okay.
because you're trying to affect quite a large thing, and it's already actively not.
Not
So
if
it
we
definitely,
hit the eye.
yes.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is you're like, I agree that this whisper is going to do something,
Cool.
and it's no matter what your roll is, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
How good is what I want you to roll for.
Got it.
So I want you to roll me a d6.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Alrighty. Please, 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 please. 5.
5. Okay. So yes, this is going to, as you whisper a calm night, you're going to feel the rain start to level off a little bit, and yeah, you've kind of made it into the eye of the storm. The issue is that while the rain and the waves have slowed down, those Ironjaw rays, there's dozens and dozens of them in the eye of this thing's storm. Like, this is where they go to relax and rest. You know, like as they're playing in the waves, then they come back into the eye of the storm to just take a breath. So there's a lot of them here.
Can I avoid them?
Again, they're scavengers for the most part. So yes, but if you guys start doing different things, you might attract them, is all I'm saying.
Okay. I run the ship as smoothly but quickly as I can, kind of skirting them.
You have one box of night left. Are you moving 1 pace or 2 paces?
Is 2 going to completely screw us?
I'm not going to say yes or no to that.
Screw it.
Only one way to find out.
I did a calm night whisper. It means calm. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Let's trust test this game.
Okay, perfect.
While they're sleeping,
Yep.
I wish to use the whisper dreaming muses to have them be
Ooh.
inspired for the next day and be like ready and able as best they can as the only
Okay.
ones who are able to sleep. Maybe
Okay.
because like they both Gomez encountered the iron thing, so his spiritual sense is kind of like activated, so somehow he gets a premonition of what's to come. And Jisun like detects the pheromones while he's sleeping as they waft in through the window on the wind or something.
Yes. Okay. You can do Dreaming Muses, and that will give them a boost. I'll write that down.
I was like, if they're sleeping, this is probably the best opportunity to use this.
Yeah. No, that's a good... Yes, good idea for the Whisper. You can use that on them, and they will be... In the morning, they will have advantages. But I don't think we're going to get there, because I think we're going to end the session in the morning.
Okay.
So we won't get to those two. Where it's just going to, for the rest of the session, which should be fairly quick, I think, it'll just be Rook and Zitzi. So, for this last bit, you guys are going to fly through these waves as the ship goes through the eye of the storm, and these iron jaw rays swimming overhead, and your ship, it's doing wonderful. Like you whispered a calm night, and boy, it is a calm night. You're looking out over the stars, and it's peaceful and nice and calm and quiet. And the rain, the little bit of rain in the eye of the storm, just pitter patters down, almost rhythmically, almost soothing. And you start to doze at the wheel.
Oh no.
The juice
Yeah.
wore off.
I'm going to say, you guys, I want you to roll. Let's see here. Roll. It's the same roll either way. You guys have like 3s across the board. So I'm just going to say make a ship roll, and it'll be 3. The only thing that you guys don't have 3 in is stealth and seals, and it's not going to be one of those rolls. So just roll a 3 dice, and we're going to see how and what happens.
Each
to
of
this
us,
ship.
or each of us, or just one of us?
Just you, Bev, or just you, Rook, as you're driving.
We've got a 6 and a twist,
A 6 with a twist,
which is really good because the 2 twists were both 1s.
Excellent. So you drive this ship, and it's gonna be just so calm and so soothing, and you fall sound asleep as this ship crashes right into a tall shank, waking you up.
Whoa, jeez!
Yeah. You guys, I'm going to have the sleeping people are going to take damage as well because they're going to get knocked out of bed. But those on deck are going to take more damage, okay?
Can I
So-
roll to avoid damage?
You can.
Wasn't this a 6 with a twist?
Yes, it would have been really bad had it not been a 6.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Could the
Does Scraps take damage?
Well, Scraps only takes damage if you choose for Scraps to take
Okay,
damage.
so it's lumping as mine. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because Scraps is his own track, right?
Yeah.
And so he is your companion, and if you want him to take damage, he takes damage, and because his health is part of your health, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
so can I try to make a grace and wave walking roll to keep my feet on the deck?
Yes,
All right.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Is it cut?
Actually, no. This is going to be no. You're if you want to use wave walk, I'm going to cut you twice. If you want to use brace, I won't cut you because it's a bracing roll. As you see this impact coming.
I will go. I will go for the brace.
Okay.
And just use my instinct for that.
Yeah. So you get 1 dice there.
It is a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can take 1 point less damage than what Bev takes.
What am I taking?
So
I don't fall
ship
asleep
is
at the
going to
wheel.
take 4 points of damage, so your armor is going to be hit, and I'm going to say your saws are hit once as well. And then Bev,
Mhm.
you can take a total of 4 points of damage, Rook takes 4 points of damage, and Zitzi, you can take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So you guys can put that wherever. And then those of you who are asleep, as you get jostled awake by the ship ramming into a tall shank, you can each take 2 points of damage.
Well, that's not that bad at all.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys nuke this tree at a pretty good pace, and yeah, just scrape alongside it as Rook wakes up, shaking. How do you wake up here, Rook?
I feel like I wake up in the wheel. I think I just like fully slammed, like out of the seat into, like whatever the setup for driving is, and just like, like right into the chest, like I'm winded.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys.
This has been a rough journey for old Rook.
Yeah, it has.
Owie.
You guys
Oh,
as
Heel doesn't
dawn
seem so
breaks.
dumb now, does it?
Well, quick second. Because we're a scything ship, could we actually be like prow stuck into the tree?
Oh yeah, we are.
Yes and no. Like you've cut good. Like you're able to pull away from the tree, but yeah, you've definitely took a chunk out of this tree.
Could that be the twist? Like we literally
Yeah.
took a chunk out of the tree.
Yeah, the twist is, here we go, ready?
Mm.
Okay, so the twist is this tree, as you hit it just right that you like scythe and like your saw blades cut right into it, and it starts to teeter and it fully falls down. Like, you
Oh my
chop
god!
the tree right off, and
Please
like
tell me
this
it didn't have people
giant.
living in it.
No,
good.
it was a tall shank, but it wasn't like one of the like giant tall shanks. It was like it was a like tall shank in training sort of thing. Like, it was just a large tree. And yeah, you guys take this thing out as it falls down onto the waves, and things start chittering all over it and making noise and grumbling as all sorts of animals that were living in it are not pleased.
So do we
and
get
I
any good
assume-
samples for that?
You guys are gonna hightail it out of there, I assume.
I don't know. I've actually got an idea.
Okay, if you want to have,
I kind of like whoever I can see, I guess, would be CC, and I'm just like fully winded, and I just say to him like, not able to breathe. I have an idea. And
Dawn's breaking, so you better kick it out.
sorry.
Dawn's breaking, so you better kick it out.
I want to salvage as many of those big umbrella leaves as I can. Just like, I mean, like a reasonable amount while still being able to make good time.
Yeah, I'll give you a few of those. We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll
I'm on
bookkeeping
deck
later.
technically, and I could like use the cargo crane while we're not at full speed before we get there.
Are you cargo crane as you drive, grabbing these things?
Well, because we're at like no speed while we extricate ourselves from the tree bit.
That's
while
true.
we're working our way out of the wreckage.
You're gonna claw machine kind of try and grab some prizes as you go by?
Yeah.
And get yourself out of
Yes.
1000%.
Excellent.
I will use my
claw.
Yeah, roll gather.
I'm gonna use my
take a cut.
tides.
Yeah.
Gather, and do I get advantage for the crane?
No, you're gonna get a cut because you're using the crane while moving.
That's fair. So it drops the 5 I got, so it's a 5-4, so it's a 4.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you'll get some specimens, but the crane is going to get a little bit tangled, and it's going to take a point of damage, which I'm going to just translate into your saws taking another point of damage.
Okay, as long as it's not broken.
Yeah. Yeah, so the ship, like, as you're trying to grab stuff with the crane, the ship's trying to pull you forwards, and it's like, and it's kind of pulling each other apart, and it's going to lurch forwards, kind of knocking the saws a little bit. Yeah.
Tearing off some specimens.
Yeah, tearing off a chunk with the cargo crane as you drop it back on deck. And as dawn breaks here, and you guys kind of pull around, you can see just on the horizon there is Skarn, the town you are hoping to drop supplies off at.
Yay.
But we're not there yet.
No.
Well, it's just on the horizon, so you're basically there. We'll
cool.
start there next session.
Yeah, going through the eye of the storm probably saved us a lot of time, plus traveling through the night.
Mhm.
Yeah. yeah, you guys went hard traveling.
Yeah,
So
we definitely sacrificed the ship to make that time.
yeah. I was Ian.
I am Austin.
I'm going to be Bev.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we're sponsored by nobody. Signing off.